Times Square is known as the Crossroads of the world, and not because it is the busiest intersection in the world, but because, think about it, of all the people who travel throughout the world, most people don't travel that much, but the ones who do, most of them, or a very large proportion of them, have been through Times Square. This is the intersection of 42nd Street, 7th Avenue, Broadway. They all come together here, and so you have a very, very busy area where, you know, the ball drops on New Year's Day. It's all blocked off. Nobody can come here except to stand and watch. And we go all the way from, we've been to the Hudson River. You probably saw a cruise that I took on Circle Line. Takes off from very close to 42nd Street in the Hudson by the Intrepid Museum, which is an old aircraft carrier from World War II. Space shuttle on deck, and it goes all the way through this crazy section here. They have a lot of high-rises on that end. Silver Towers, which is built by Silverstein, a developer that you can hear on my Financial District videos. Also developing, also the developer for Brooklyn Tower right now, since it was taken over. So Silver Towers, MIMA, it's a related development, rentals and condos. The Orion condominium right by the Port Authority, and then there's the green building below it is McGraw-Hill Publishing House, but below that is the Port Authority bus terminal, which is the biggest terminal in and out of the city for buses. It goes through the Lincoln Tunnel, and they have their own lanes there. Then you get back to about 8th Avenue there, 7th Avenue here, and this is a stretch that is very, very much known to people as Times Square, even though it goes up in about 50th Street if you want to include a lot of the shops and restaurants there. You see a big tourist bus going by. And beyond that, we have Bryant Park. A little bit of greenery there, a lot of more tall buildings, headquarters, one Vanderbilt, and then Grand Central Station that we took a little tour through. That's the biggest station, well, it's not the biggest, but it's a beautiful old station that has not been destroyed. Most expensive mall in the world when Apple decided to rent there. And off to the East River, where you will find the United Nations building. We are going through Times Square. We need to go to East 42nd. So we'll transfer here to the Shuttle. Well, there are elevators here, but they're under construction. Such a small town. So we just take the shuttle from Times Square to Grand Central Station, both on 42nd Street, from West 42nd to East 42nd, and then we'll get a little glimpse of the Grand Central Station. Makeup artist waiting for a train. Grand Marché seems to be closed. The Grand Brasserie. It's a beautiful place. Not cheap. We are in Grand Central Station. This is not the Grand Hall. We'll see shortly. Passageway down there. Lululemon. Recently, when the Apple Store was procured here, it was the most expensive mall in the world, based on the lease for the Apple Store, which we will see shortly as we make it into the Grand Hall. Taking an official guided tour. Look at that. Whispering Gallery. Yes, I've seen that. Now, this is Grand Central Station. Those are the constellations on the ceiling, which were painted inside out. Little known fact. It's not how they appear in the sky. So whoever was painting it made the mistake of flipping it. Meet me at the clock at Grand Central Station. That is the clock. Oh, here. Our restaurants up there. Some hidden restaurants. And that is the Apple Store. There.
Oh yeah, 21.
That is 42nd Street there, but we will go a little further. That's the next exit. A little more of a view. Some of the shops here. There's a whole lower level with a lot of restaurants, eateries, shall we say. Some famous restaurants. The Oyster House, something like that. A lot of platforms there. There are a lot of levels below Grand Central. Amtrak, Metro North, a lot of even Long Island Railroad comes here now. Hudson News. At every airport, maybe train station. Looks like something interesting here. All right, might have to take a break. Phone call. Oh, here we have a dining concourse. We have this Grand Central Market. The most expensive, at one point, the most expensive shopping mall in the world by real estate standards. The Apple Store set the record, I believe. Well, here we are up to the street. And this is my chocolate store. Let's see what they have in here. Oh, we have advent calendars. Look at that.
That's right.
Yeah, but we're not ready for that yet. So what will we do? We will do these.
Awesome.
All right. Pull. Well, it turned out to be a rather nice day here. It's Pershing Square over there. Very famous location. American Army reunited after being routed in Brooklyn and then stolen offshore back to Manhattan by the longshoremen back in the 1700s. Very famous corner. And we walk here on 42nd Street, the eastern side. A lot of people crossing here. And down we go. Another entrance to Grand Central. There are a lot of entrances. This is the one that's closest to the 456 trains and the entrance to 7 train. You can get your shoes shined here. Good old school. There's Cipriani, where we had our huge company party. I believe it was back in February. What a place. Hyatt Grand Central. We're coming up on here, a lot of different languages here. It is New York. You can take a taxi or you could take the bus. I usually prefer the subway. You don't get stuck in traffic. Here we are in Lexington. That is the world famous Chrysler Building. Up there, yes, that's it. Some rather fancy cars here. Maybach. If you have a few 100,000, 3 to 4, I believe it is. Maybe 5, who knows? Prices have gone up. And this is, of course, the side of the Chrysler Building. Not the most iconic view. It's way up there. I'm not even looking up, I get dizzy. Let's see, address 135. Is this it? I don't know. I think it might be 155. Another subway entrance. They're everywhere. It's a pretty cool building. Look at that. Wells Fargo. And let's go to 155. Let's see where 155 is. There's the Capitol Grill. Sharp points up there. Water, very modern architecture from a few decades ago. And here we are at 155. Yes, there are a lot of entrances and exits. There's one here to the subway. So we will move straight in. Appreciate it. Yeah. Cheers! That depends on what are you interviewing me about?
Why am I the only one without one of these?
Oh, I can show you where DJI is, and you can go get one of them.
I have a DJI, but it's a lot more complicated than that.
No, I can use this for Zoom now, but before it was just, I had to figure out how to get to Zoom. I don't know. We're about here going to a concert. One of our real estate agents is a singer and happens to be right on 42nd Street. So we're heading along 42nd, kind of a crazy street here, very busy. There's a lot of show business and many performances. So this is one we are going to see tonight. And the Green Room, that's the name of the place, the venue. And the venue is within the Yotel Theater, the Yotel Hotel actually. And the Yotel Hotel is sort of a Japanese-themed hotel, but this is a theater within that hotel. So we're going to be walking past a large development called MIMA. We just passed the Orion, their condominium on 42nd. We got rental buildings here. We have a tennis bubble over there. Now we go by Dyer Avenue. What on earth is that? Just this little tiny avenue where you come off the bridge, or the tunnel rather, the Lincoln Tunnel. Once you come out the Lincoln Tunnel, you get this little tiny avenue. It's pretty wide, but it just comes off the bridge and then it stops over there. This is MIMA. MIMA is a huge related development, meaning the developer was related, and they're the same people who built Hudson Yards, Time Warner Center. This is partly rental and partly high-end condominium. So the upper levels with the views, all of them have views, but amazing views are from the condominium level, which is called Manhattan View. There is an Equinox gym within this complex, and the Equinox is just for people who live in this building. So you cannot come here if you're just an Equinox member. You have to live in the building. There's a pool. There are other amenities for the building as well, such as outdoor movie space, beautiful lounges, tons of barbecues. So some people take the rentals just for that. The sales, obviously, you get a higher level of apartment. So this whole block pretty much is this development by related. Got some other condos here. It's a beautiful one with a pool on the roof up there. And more rental buildings, as well as another sports club. The Sky Building has a sports club in it as well. When we turn the corner here, we go into this Yotel building. There's a lot of traffic here because of the tunnel, the Lincoln Tunnel. This is the Yotel lobby. A lot of travelers in here.
So go, where does she go? Where does she go from here? Go, where does she go? Where does she go from here?
show is now over. And this is a little bit of the after party. I think they're having another after party somewhere, but it's a beautiful rooftop here. So to give you an idea, this is right on Times Square, or a little bit off Times Square. You get to see big open space, and the Yotel lounge, outdoor lounge, people playing chess. And we were just in the concert room, or the green room back at the end of this. Looks like they having movies here, but right over there is Times Square. See a lot of these buildings here, rental buildings. That's a condo. We've got the artists back here saying hello to all our fans. Jana Sharp. Special outfit created for her by a friend. All right, we're on the Cannon Cruise Circle Line. This is part of the Build Expo, which is a huge expo from B&H and a bunch of other vendors throughout the country and the world. It's about photography, obviously, and content, and anything from photos, videos, to computers and Photoshop and everything else. So let's take a look at the skyline of Manhattan here as we leave Circle Line. It's a very popular tourist attraction. Today we have cloudy skies, and 42nd Street over there. That's Hudson Yards. Hudson Yards is covered in a nice little cloud. So you get to see some of everything, not all of everything. It's a huge boat here. You can see there are multiple levels, up here, down there, and lower level as well. Over there we have New Jersey, which is the next state. And obviously a lot of cross Hudson traffic. Up north we have obviously the Hudson River. You do see some of the interesting landscape here. That's a shuttle. The air,
Right. Okay.
space shuttle hidden in there on the Intrepid. Intrepid is an old, I believe, a World War II. It's an aircraft carrier. You normally get to see all the way up to Hudson. Today, we have a lot of clouds covered here. So it's all like made of the mist. Now we are going towards New Jersey. I believe that's Reef Hawken over there, Edgewater, and a very, very large. Don't mean to be nosy, but Hudson Yards again. Beautiful buildings. A lot of them residential, most of them office.
I've seen this once in action.
And we're heading down the Hudson. We've spoken about Hudson Yards in other videos, so there it is, right behind me in the clouds. Hudson Yards is rail yards that are on the Hudson, so that's what it's called, Hudson Yards. Well, here we have the United Nations right on the water. 42nd Street here. This is at the far end of 44th almost, the water. This is me in a bus going by the United Nations, first time. Anyway, so Christopher Butt signing off here. The Corcoran Group on Times Square. Follow me, subscribe, get updates, and look at other neighborhoods in the city. Let me know if you are interested in purchasing property here, selling property here, or just have questions about the city.